So there's a thing that's getting pretty hot online. It's, The Last of Us.
Well, the HBO show Last of Us has been known about for quite a long time.
Of course. So The Last of Us game is super hot, has a super loyal following.
Oh, yeah.
Super loyal fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And then HBO's like, we're going to do a series
Yeah.
based on the game. And it looks really awesome. But honestly, I didn't really know much about anything with The Last of Us until HBO is announcing their show.
And I hear a lot of people are real skeptical about this show.
What about the game are people so protective of?
So, number one, this game came out years ago, and it still looks fantastic.
Yeah.
This is like a computer. This was on. I think this was PC only for a
PC
long
game.
time. And what people like about this is the story. It is the characters, right? Mechanics are fine, I guess. I haven't looked into that as much, but it's because from some of the videos I've watched about the game, it's because the characters act like people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't act like characters in a game. Characters in a game, you walk up to somebody and you say, "Hey, look, I'm looking for this," and then it switches to the other person's thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you can find it. It's it's up in the whatever district, right?"
Yes.
Whereas this feels like a game. When you talk to people, they respond like humans, so they may not respond.
Yeah.
You say something to them, they may just look at you.
Mm.
They may walk by you. They may shove you. The characters interact like human beings.
Okay.
And so it may, and it was also a game about growth and change. Joel, is, he won't even look at a picture of his daughter.
Mm.
His daughter's dead. He won't even look at a picture of her. This
Yeah.
girl's not his daughter.
Yeah. Figure.
And he doesn't care. He's mean. He's angry. And then by the end, he's a softer person. He's a better person. It's that kind of stuff that people love. They loved the story because it immersed them so well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why people are protective of it. That's why they hated the second one, because the second game really
Screwed up the story.
messed some stuff up. Really made a lot of fans angry.
So I don't really have any ties or knowledge of this story,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not showing any kind of disrespect. But I would be honest and say I might very well become a strong fan of it if HBO executes it well.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a genuinely good story, I'm gonna judge it based on that.
Yeah.
Now it may not follow super close to the game, but that's not necessarily what I'm gonna judge it on. I'm not judging it based on the opinions of the gamers.
I think it needs to be a faithful adaptation of the characters, not necessarily a faithful adaptation of the game,
Okay.
right? So nobody's watching this to see game elements,
True.
right? Okay, nobody's watching it because in the game somebody grabs a zombie and they shoot it in the face, but it lands on them, and so they have to push a box on it. Nobody's watching it because they want to see that moment where they solve the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
They were watching it because they want to see the interactions between characters.
Okay.
If those are solid and the story is solid, then people will like it, despite if other stuff is subpar.
Now, honestly, on that front, based on what we're seeing from it so far, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
But also, you had a show like a game like Cyberpunk 2077. You guys hear that? One of the biggest failures. One of the biggest. It had the most hype. It was. You guys remember the memes, the Keanu memes?
Yeah.
That was for the game Cyberpunk 2077.
That became a show or a movie?
So it was a game. It was kind of open world. It was supposed to be like, it had the most hype around it, dude,
Okay.
for like years. It was huge. Everybody, and it rolled out, and it was just a turd.
It was a turd.
I hear it's better now, but it was a turd when it rolled out. And CD Projekt Red, I don't know what they were on. I don't know what they were doing. But the show that came out on Netflix made people watched it and they were like, yeah, it feels like the world that should have been in the game, and they really loved the show. You know, it was an animated, like an anime style show.
Yeah.
And people really loved the show, which got people back into the game.
Okay.
So,
well, I think we're going to see something similar with The Last of Us, and I think it's probably going to be great. HBO's been putting out bangers. They really have for a few years, and with House of the Dragon, man, they're really pumping out bangers. They're figuring out what to invest in. They're doing a pretty dang good job.